here at the Big 12 Spring Business Meetings here in Florida, a place that I know that Kalani, it's close to heart for you with your family connections. Timberly here, being from your wife, being from this area, so I'm sure you're well versed in this part of the country, but it's all business here at the Big 12 Spring Business Meetings, and a big point of business has been the college football playoff, Kalani, and a lot of talk about the format. And Brett Yormark's put it out there, 5+11 would be what he would like. What would you like, and what's the consensus among Big 12 coaches from the Phil you hear in these meetings today?
Well, I actually appreciate being here because we're able to talk and discuss all the options. I think for me it makes sense to go 5 and 11, but in order for me to know more about why that's the best fit, it's good to consider all these different options that everyone's talking about. And so the more I educate myself on it, the more I realize that the best way to do it is handle it and basically, you know, handle it on the field and allow the teams to compete. And then I think that's going to get you the best group to compete for a championship. And so I agree with our commissioner, and I think we're all. I mean, like I said before, you've heard me say this before, that I'll follow Commissioner Yormark's leadership. I really believe in him. Love our partnership with the Big 12, and I've been really impressed with him and his staff, and just what they've been able to accomplish this week, and even the meetings with the head coaches has been amazing. So, really looking forward to this year, and I mean, Mitch, you've been here this whole time. It's kind of fun just being in the know. I've been listening to the conversations. It's pretty cool to have to be involved in the meetings.
What's the Big 12 going to do to maximize bids, though? Like, what's the messaging here in these meetings as to how to maximize the chance? Because last year with just the 12-team format, there was only one bid, and that was Arizona State.
Yeah, I think the key will be just compete and make sure that you get your best teams out there. But I think when you play the 9-game schedule, anything can happen. And looking at I mean, it's not like Arizona State struggled in the playoffs. They did a good job, representing. And I think we had some great competition in the Big 12. I think this format, though, allows the flexibility for every year and different types of. I mean, some conferences will have a better year, have more strength in the conference, and this one kind of, I think, covers all bases for you, and we'll get down to the best teams and allow them to compete for it.
I'd be remiss, Kalani, to not ask. I mean, when I'll admit, just when this came out that the Big 12 Spring Business Meetings were happening earlier this month, it wasn't on my radar, but Jake Rzoff, your starting quarterback, has been involved with a civil lawsuit alleged against him. What's his status currently with this BYU football team, as you're now 13 weeks away until kickoff coming up this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I think our university made a statement, and at this point, I can't add any additional comment to that due to federal and privacy laws, and so I'll just leave it at that. But just know that we're going to do our best to focus on the team culture and the team as a unit, and part of that is our culture is love and learn, and we're going to be focused on that and allowing our team to really focus on our platform and things that we can do and how we can help people.
How do you feel, though, and this is focusing on just the football side, my question here, how do you feel just about the rest of your quarterback unit, talking about McKay Hillstead and just Bourget and everyone, how Bear Bachmeyer added to the mix as well, just from the football side?
Yeah, I think the best way to handle it is say that generally, you've known me for a long time now that I want to get the best and the deepest team possible. And so that's at every position, and quarterback being one of them. So I think the goal is to get the best guys out there and get as many as we can and allow them to compete. And so I know sometimes people are worried about rooms getting crowded at all the different positions, but I believe that there's enough to go around. And I believe in competition where the cream will rise to the top, and we're going to see that happen in fall camp. We're seeing it already in summer, and leadership's taking form. And it's great when you have a bunch of leaders that are transitioning into our program and joining a great culture.
Who are your leaders right now?
Yeah, it's all the guys that you think would be. I mean, when you talk about like Chase Roberts and Jack Kelly and and Glasker and Tanner Wall, and I know I'm gonna forget a bunch of them, Waylon Lapuaho and Bruce Mitchell and Sonny Makasini, Parker Kingston. Carson Ryan's done a great job for us. Keanu Tanuvasa, and so that group's coming in. And you have mainstays like Logan Lutui but the new guys coming along has gotten everybody excited. And you saw the new guys that came in the spring. So I think everyone's really excited about them. But I just want to remind everyone that we have a good group of men on the team already that we know can play. You look at the running back position with I think L.J. Martin had an amazing spring, and him and Sione Moa did a great job in spring, and then Pokai Haunga did great there. Chavesa Damuni. So we got some Enoch Nawahine. So that's a lot of guys that can run the ball and have run the ball for us. And so every position I feel really good about, and I felt like the coaches did a great job at reloading some of the positions that we needed, and even adding some bulk to it, some size.
I always think back to one of the early years in your tenure at BYU. I think it was 2017 Media Day. I think it was at the BYU Broadcasting Building. There was a question given to you about transfers, and you're just like, I'm going to let guys go. Like, they're part of the family, love them, but, and I'm paraphrasing, but it was just like, wherever they want to go, they can go. Yeah. Now, fast forward 8 years, it's different world of portal. There's a lot of movement for the players, but the portal windows are kind of tricky. How do you view the transfer portal windows, where they should land? Are you comfortable with the spring window? Do you want it just to be one in January? How do you feel about where portal should land in this calendar, which will probably change with the new changes?
I think it's what we have now, the portal, and I think that maybe the question is, why are guys leaving and why are they transferring? If it's for playing time or money or whatever it is, I think the key is for us to be transparent with each other. And we've had to say goodbye to some really good players that are going to have opportunities to go play other places. And I appreciate all of them and the hard work that they put into our program. But the game has allowed us so that they can move on and they can go try different places. But that doesn't mean that I can't appreciate what they did for our program. And so they're always, once a Cougar, always a Cougar, and so we'll always be home for them. But things keep progressing to what it is now, and we have to take advantage of the transfer portal. I think a few years ago we went really big in the transfer portal.
Coming into the Big 12.
Because we needed to get more depth, but that was probably too big of a move at the time. I thought we needed it though, and now I look back on it, we did need the amount of bodies for the depth, but we went through that transition, and I feel like we're in a really good spot now where we're taking pieces that actually fit rather than bringing guys in that we didn't even know that much before. Now most of the guys are here, guys that we've had relationships with already in the recruiting process.
Last couple things for you, Kalani. House versus NCAA, huge topic around here with the pending settlement. What's the challenges that you face as the head coach at BYU with that still up in the air, and then what could also be the benefits if it does actually get settled?
Well, the major problem is that it's not settled yet, and so it keeps getting delayed, things like that. So we've had to make roster cuts and things like that because we thought the roster would be at 105, and so those are some difficult conversations that we had, and but we only know one way, and that's to do whatever we're told. And if that ends up not being the case, then we'll just have to adjust again. But
what's the number coaches are talking about? You guys think it might
be? There's some that I talked to that haven't even done any cuts. So then there's others. I think there's a good amount, maybe half, that did what we did.
Yep.
And so I think you're going to have a little bit. I mean, we'll see. A lot of those guys that have gone on to other places, we might have some at BYU still, and we might just hold open tryout. We don't know. Maybe you can bring some guys along so we can tackle them a little bit.
Well, Kalani, it's I know you're a busy guy. Like, I'll let you go, but appreciate the time here at the spring business meeting. It's always fun, and I know that football's around the corner, so it's a good sign. Another pillar in the off season.
Mitch, I appreciate you being here, man. You being here and showing the patience and hanging out. It shows that this is big time, but I mean, being able to report the Big 12 conference is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So this is a lot of fun, and I'm honored to be here.